The surprising morning drink. Let me ask you a question. What if a simple ingredient sitting in your kitchen right now could completely change the way your body reacts to coffee? Millions of people drink coffee every morning. It wakes us up, sharpens the mind, and gives us that boost of energy we rely on to start the day. But what most people don't realize is that coffee doesn't affect everyone the same way. Some people feel energized, others feel anxious. Some get stomach discomfort. Others experience sudden energy crashes just a few hours later. But here is something fascinating. In several traditional cultures, people never drink coffee alone. They add something small, something powerful, something that completely changes how the body responds to caffeine. That ingredient is ginger. Yes, the same root you might use for tea or cooking. When ginger is combined with coffee, something interesting begins to happen inside the body. The digestive system responds differently. The nervous system reacts differently. Even metabolism can shift in subtle ways. Some doctors believe this simple combination may help reduce some of coffee's negative effects while enhancing certain benefits. But before we talk about the benefits, there's something important you should know. Most people are using coffee incorrectly, and that mistake alone can affect your gut, hormones, and even your stress levels. Today, we're going to break this down scientifically. What really happens inside your body when ginger meets coffee? Why do some cultures swear by this combination? And could this small change actually improve your morning routine? We're going to explore all of that in this video. But before we continue, take a quick second to support the channel. If you enjoy learning about how everyday foods affect your body, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. It helps us create more videos like this and share simple health insights that most people never hear about. Now let's start with the first thing that changes when you add ginger to coffee. And it begins in a place many people don't expect: your digestive system. What happens inside your stomach? Now, let's talk about the place where coffee begins its journey inside your body, your stomach. For millions of people around the world, coffee is the very first thing that touches their digestive system every morning. Before breakfast, before water, before anything else. And this is where many of the problems start. Coffee naturally stimulates the production of stomach acid. For some people, this can actually support digestion. But for others, especially those with sensitive stomachs, this sudden increase in acid can create irritation. That irritation may lead to symptoms many coffee drinkers know all too well: a burning feeling in the stomach, acid reflux, bloating, or an uncomfortable heaviness after drinking coffee. Some people even stop drinking coffee entirely because they believe their stomach simply cannot tolerate it. But this is where ginger enters the story. For centuries, ginger has been used in traditional medicine across Asia and the Middle East as a powerful digestive support. Long before modern pharmaceuticals existed, ginger was commonly used to calm stomach discomfort, reduce nausea, and improve digestion after meals. What makes ginger so special? The answer lies in its natural compounds called gingerols and sugars. These bioactive molecules interact with the digestive system in several interesting ways. First, ginger can stimulate digestive enzymes that help break down food more efficiently. Second, it may help relax the muscles of the digestive tract, allowing food to move through the stomach more smoothly. And third, ginger has natural anti-inflammatory properties that may help soothe irritation inside the stomach lining. So, when a small amount of ginger is added to coffee, something interesting may happen. Instead of the stomach reacting sharply to the sudden acidity of coffee, the presence of ginger may help the digestive system handle that stimulation more smoothly. Many people who experiment with ginger coffee report something surprising. They feel less stomach discomfort, the coffee feels lighter on the stomach, and the digestion feels more balanced. But digestion is only one part of the story. Because once coffee and ginger pass through the stomach, they begin to influence another important system in the body: your circulation. Coffee already stimulates the central nervous system, and increases alertness by activating certain neurotransmitters in the brain. But ginger does something slightly different. Ginger may help support healthy blood circulation by gently widening blood vessels and improving blood flow. This means that when ginger and coffee are consumed together, the body may experience a slightly different kind of stimulation compared to coffee alone. Instead of a sharp spike of caffeine energy, some people experience a more balanced and gradual feeling of alertness. But there is another surprising effect that researchers are beginning to explore, and it involves something millions of people struggle with every day: energy crashes. You may know the feeling. You drink coffee in the morning and feel fantastic for an hour or two. Your mind feels sharp, your body feels awake, but then suddenly the energy disappears. You feel tired again, sometimes even more tired than before. This is often referred to as the caffeine crash, and it can happen when the nervous system is overstimulated too quickly. Some nutrition experts believe that ginger may help moderate this effect slightly by influencing blood sugar stability and digestive pacing. While ginger does not eliminate caffeine crashes entirely, the combination of coffee and ginger may help create a smoother energy curve for some people. However, the digestive system and energy levels are not the only things influenced by this combination. In the next part, we are going to explore something even more interesting. What happens to your metabolism when ginger and coffee are combined, and why some people believe this simple drink may support fat metabolism and energy production. But before we continue, take a quick moment to support the channel. If you enjoy learning how simple foods can influence your body in powerful ways, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Because sometimes the smallest changes in your daily habits can have the biggest long-term effects on your health. And what ginger may do when combined with coffee might surprise you even more than you think. Let's continue. What happens to your metabolism? Now we arrive at one of the most talked about topics when people discuss ginger and coffee together: metabolism. You've probably seen headlines claiming that certain drinks can boost metabolism or burn fat faster. Most of those claims are exaggerated. But when it comes to coffee and ginger, the story is a little more interesting. Both of these ingredients interact with the body's metabolic system in different ways. Let's start with coffee. The main active compound in coffee is caffeine, and caffeine is well known for stimulating the central nervous system. When caffeine enters your bloodstream, it signals your brain to release certain hormones that increase alertness and temporarily raise your metabolic rate. This is why many people feel warmer, more energized, and more alert after drinking coffee. Your body essentially shifts into a slightly higher gear. But caffeine has another interesting effect. It can stimulate the release of adrenaline, a hormone that prepares the body for activity. In small amounts, this response can help increase energy expenditure and encourage the body to use stored energy more efficiently. This is one reason caffeine is often included in many metabolism-related supplements. Now let's bring ginger into the picture. Ginger contains natural compounds that may influence how the body processes food and energy. Several scientific studies suggest that ginger may support metabolic activity by slightly increasing thermogenesis, the process by which the body generates heat and burns calories. In simple terms, ginger may help the body become a little more efficient at using energy, but the real interest appears when these two ingredients are combined. Coffee stimulates the nervous system and increases alertness. Ginger supports digestion and may influence metabolic efficiency. Together, they create a combination that affects both energy production and digestive activity. For some people, this combination may lead to a more stable morning energy response. Instead of feeling a sudden surge of caffeine followed by a quick crash, the body may process that energy in a slightly smoother way. There is another effect that many people notice when drinking ginger coffee: appetite changes. Some people report feeling less hungry shortly after drinking coffee with ginger compared to coffee alone. Why might that happen? Ginger may influence digestion and help regulate the movement of food through the digestive system. When digestion is balanced, the body may experience a more stable blood sugar response, and stable blood sugar often leads to fewer sudden hunger signals. This doesn't mean ginger coffee is some kind of miracle weight loss drink, but it does suggest that small changes in what we add to our daily beverages can subtly influence how our body manages energy. However, metabolism and digestion are not the only systems affected by this combination. There is one organ that responds almost immediately to caffeine, and that organ is your brain. In the next part, we will explore something even more fascinating. What happens inside the brain when caffeine from coffee meets the natural compounds found in ginger? Could this combination influence mental clarity, focus, or even mood? Before we move on, take a quick moment to support the channel. If you enjoy learning about the science behind everyday foods and simple habits that may influence your health, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel is dedicated to breaking down complex health topics into simple insights you can actually use in daily life. And in the final part of this video, we'll reveal what many people say is the most noticeable effect of adding ginger to coffee, the effect that people feel within minutes. Let's continue. What happens to your brain and energy levels? Now we arrive at the organ that reacts the fastest to coffee. Your brain. Within minutes after drinking coffee, caffeine begins to travel through the bloodstream and reach the brain. Once there, it interacts with a chemical called adenosine. Adenosine is responsible for making you feel tired. Throughout the day, levels of this chemical gradually increase, signaling to your body that it's time to slow down and rest. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine receptors in the brain. In simple terms, caffeine temporarily prevents the brain from receiving the tired signal. That's why coffee can make you feel more alert, focused, and awake. But caffeine also has a second effect. It stimulates the release of certain neurotransmitters, including dopamine and norepinephrine, which can improve concentration and reaction time. This is why millions of people rely on coffee to start their day. But here's the part most people never think about. For some individuals, caffeine stimulation can become too strong. Instead of feeling focused and energized, they may feel restless, anxious, or even slightly jittery. Their heart beats faster, their thoughts race, and sometimes the mental clarity they expected turns into nervous energy. This is where ginger may play an interesting role. Ginger contains powerful natural antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that may support brain health and circulation. Some studies suggest ginger may help improve blood flow, including circulation to the brain. Better circulation means oxygen and nutrients can reach brain cells more efficiently. When ginger is combined with coffee, many people report a slightly different type of stimulation. Instead of a sharp spike of caffeine energy, they experience a more balanced and focused sense of alertness. Their mind feels awake but not overwhelmed. Their body feels energized but not restless. Of course, everyone's body reacts differently. Some people may not notice a dramatic difference at all. Others may discover that adding ginger to coffee completely changes how their morning feels. But there is another subtle effect many people notice: mental clarity. When digestion is comfortable and circulation is strong, the brain often functions more efficiently. That means clearer thinking, better concentration, and a more stable mood throughout the morning. This might explain why certain traditional cultures have used ginger with beverages for centuries. Sometimes ancient habits exist for a reason. But here's the most important point. You don't need large amounts of ginger. Just a small slice of fresh ginger or a pinch of ginger powder added to your coffee can completely change the flavor and possibly influence how your body responds. The taste becomes warm, slightly spicy, and surprisingly smooth. For many people, it quickly becomes a favorite morning ritual. But remember, balance is always important. Too much caffeine can still overstimulate the nervous system. And if you have digestive issues, high blood pressures, or sensitivity to caffeine, it's always best to consult a healthcare professional before making changes to your diet. Still, it's fascinating how such a simple ingredient can transform a habit practiced by billions of people around the world. The next time you prepare your morning coffee, you might consider adding something small. A little ginger, your body might notice the difference. And if you enjoy learning about simple foods that can influence your health in surprising ways, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Because in our upcoming videos, we'll explore other everyday foods and drinks that may be affecting your body in ways most people never realize. Sometimes the smallest changes in daily habits can create the biggest impact on long-term health. And this might be one of those changes.